And why are you struggling though? Because that's the reason you're struggling. Welcome back to another discussion. My name is Kanchefu, and today we'll talk about managing your struggles. Let us begin. Struggles occur within and without our control. Their amplification in terms of feeling, mind space, and actions we take depend on the focus, time, and energy we give them. So, if struggles have similar traits, mustn't there be core attributes to their alleviation? Let's take a look. To struggle means to find hard to do, have, or be. If that's the case, struggling then comes from not having the ability to do or not having the capacity to hold. What I'm then saying then is, in your struggle, whatever it may be, what is the gap between you and it in terms of if it's holding you back? Why is it holding you back? In terms of if it's something you're reaching towards, what is within that gap that you can close in order to reach it? In terms of, is it something you need to let go? What's within that gap that you need to let go of? If it is something that you're trying to attain for yourself, what is in that gap? The struggle to have, do, or be. To find hard to do, to have, or to be. Hardness is a certain attitude, there's a certain mindset around, I struggle to do this. I don't find it easy to do this. Yes, we all have our strengths, our weaknesses. To give them focus, as I mentioned, amplifies it further. If I'm not good at this, I reinstate that behavior, I reinstate that belief, and it strengthens that I'm not good at it, even though 8 times out of 10 is something you could probably work on. Giving it time and focusing on it means it has time to mature. It has time to grow. Whenever you give something time, it develops, it grows, it cultivates itself within your life. So when you give your struggles time, it's the same process. It gives it time to mature. It gives it time to instate its validity within your life. You're pumping energy that this is something I cannot fulfill. This is something I want that I can't have. This is something beyond me. But is that truly the case? It may not be in your possession now. It might not be the circumstance you want now, but that doesn't determine the rest of your life. Every new day is a new chance. It doesn't have to be the same. It doesn't have to go in a certain pattern, a certain flow, a certain way. Yes, you may have to work. Yes, you have to eat. Yes, you have to sleep. But in terms of your struggles, they don't stop, nor do they start from where you are today. It's you deciding how much time you're going to give them. It's you deciding how much energy you're going to give them. But let's go even further than that. As you encounter a struggle alone, you face your own prerequisitions, beliefs, habits, and values that impact how you see the struggle. You're brought up in a certain way, you've seen certain things, you take on certain things, you're influenced by certain things, and they all play a part in your day-to-day life. Now, when you have a struggle, we tend to fall in line with how our parents conducted them. Whether they were stressed, whether they were anxious, whether they were depressed, or whether they managed to work it out in small chunks, or whether they managed to consult others to get advice. That is usually the line we follow. If not, we do take our own. And taking our own can be from external sources, from social media, from our friend group, or from places that we think are just right. Now, with a combination of all these influences, they also play a part in how you manage your struggles. But if you understand that, you can determine, oh yeah, I remember they did it like this. Oh yeah, when I went here, they did it like this. But how about you? How would you like to manage it? How would you want it to be? How would you behave? How would you think? What would give you clarity and give you the motivation and belief and hope to continue moving forward? Because by understanding that, you would have already overcome so much of the hurdle. So I'm just thinking, what if it isn't a struggle after all, but instead the learns where you deal with things? That changes everything. That reframes how we even look at ourselves, how we even think of the situation we're in. That no longer gives focus on what is wrong in your life, but instead, how do I deal with things in my life? And how you deal with something in life is something you can control. It's something that you can grasp with your hands. It's something you can understand and cultivate within your mind. It completely transforms the scenario, the situation, and yourself. And that's where I'm going to leave it today. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do. And share this with a friend or family you know is struggling. I'm sure they will enjoy this discussion. My name is Jocko once more, and I'll see you next week for our next discussion.